Hi everyone, English version of the Polish material can actually assist you at this point, because if you do live or you just bought an apartment or rented and moved in and some weird things are happening, this can be for you probably. So here's a little bit about diagnostic of the apartment. You moved in and you started to suffer from weird dreams, or your health is not so good anymore, or you see certain ghosts for those who are deeply feeling people. And the questions were from mostly from the Polish people: shall I clear it or not? Shall I move away? So in a lot of cases, it's not exactly that we choose the place. I know it seems so. We choose the place to live, but the place chooses us because of certain energetic and similar draws, similar and so on. So law of attraction plays a role here too as well. Let's go back to the roots as always. Let's say that this time, and that's why I'm going to focus about on apartments and houses only, because there are many reasons why something doesn't work in your life, and always go to the root. But let's just assume that this time the root is in your moving to the new place to live. And so what's happening? So you, first of all, the first of this diagnostic is you check what started to happen the moment you moved in every area of your life. So basically, what kind of dreams you have about what's happening in your love life, relationships, health, money situations, everything. List everything possible. Where are the changes? Sometimes it could be that part of your life got better and part of your life got worse. In those cases, of course, you are searching again for the reason of why. Not necessarily, it could be a ghost, it could be a portal, it could be feng shui, the wrong directions, which are also very important, but step by step we are going to get to that. So shall you clear out the apartment or do it for somebody else? So if you are not the owner or the person who rents, you have to ask about the permission to the spirit. It's not a ghost, spirit of this apartment. So every place has a certain energy, vibration, vibe, and it like lives on its own life. So you ask for the permission. If you are the owner, it's 90% that you do not have to ask. I still would do it. If you're renting, it's still, you have legal reasons to occupy the space, so you still don't need to ask, but I would still ask, because there is this 10% of something you do not know, just in case. If you don't know what's there, do not do exorcism, wait and let's see first what's going on. Because otherwise you're just desperately working on something that may not be even the case. In the past, I had number of things, so I was drawn to different apartments. I was just a visitor in those places. However, in one there was a ghost that wasn't aware anymore about own being. Not only that what happened, but later on I figure out that someone died there indeed in the cellar, when later on there was an apartment, and this person was raped and killed by the husband. And so when I figure out about the past of that house, that indeed happened. So what I had in that dream. And the next day someone also called me having a dream that I am in a very weird place, which was true, because I wasn't that house that particular time. So you also in the dreams gather material if something is true or not. You probably, if something is really off, you probably have peculiar dreams and feelings about it. And it doesn't matter how insane they seem to be, I would pay attention to them. There was another one, in another city, also in Germany, I was visiting, and there was another ghost family living there, but absolutely fantastic with the sense of humor, and they were taking care of those living. Uh, and of course, these are not people to get rid of, or ghosts to let go, or do exorcism or anything like that. Do not interfere, especially if you're not asked to do it. If there is a ghost that shouldn't be there, it doesn't, is not aware of who it is, not necessarily you do need a permission. You don't need permission to clear out the place more. This is more about the spirit of the place. In addition, in this other place where there was a couple with a child, and they were taking care of that current family who was living there, they told me very interesting information. If the ghosts chose to be there and they are positive, then you also are going to be feeling well about it. You're not going to lose your energy, your life force. So these are the factors, how you can recognize who is who, what to do. There is also something like a memory from reincarnation. So if something bad, some sort of a trauma happened to you, and you are reborn and drawn to the same place in the same city, even though you're born somewhere else, that's probably the place is calling you, choosing you with your energy vibration, because you do remember what happened. And just by going back there, your memory will be activated, and you're probably the best currently in this world person to deal with that. There is a certain paradox in it. So yes, you are having a sort of vibration to be the perfect tool, but please remember you are just a tool. If someone goes too far with it, and in this arrogant way of he's the one and only, and he's gonna clear out every place and do exorcism, these people usually are ending in a psychiatric hospital, if not losing their life and health, or possessed, simply that. Okay, so diagnostic of your own apartment. First of all, that's what I said already, how you feel in a certain spot in your life, what really happened. Then another one, locate all those places that you sit mostly and you feel good. These are potentially your personal places of power that you can maintain, you can strengthen, and they will support you in that particular apartment. So locate that, where you meditate, where you work, where you sleep. Now the third one is direction. And some of the yogis say never sleep in the direction of the north. And of course, in this year 2023, when I'm recording that, it's March 2023. So according to the different calendar and feng shui, the best directions are north and south. But nevertheless, do not sleep in the north direction. It has something to do with the losing of the life force. So another thing is, of course, there is a memory in the walls of the current apartment from the past. So all the events that happened there, the recent people that were living there, the certain vibration are more or less in the wall. Some of you, if you touch the wall, if you're very feeling, you may feel certain emotions coming from those who were here before you, or even the scenes may envelop in front of you like in the movie. And sometimes it's pleasant, so be careful with that. Sometimes it is not. Another thing that you absolutely have to do, and probably you do that because if it's a new apartment, you renovate it, you paint the walls, and you do the best what you can do with there. And another one, there is an experiment you can do. So close your eyes and sit in the middle of the apartment and feel from what direction, what kind of energies are appearing, coming from. So if something feels uncomfortable, locate the direction that it is coming from and note this. If something feels good or you're drawn to a certain direction, like going there, also note this. There is something like, we call it, that's more in magic in the dreamland world, portals. So if you do sometimes feel absolutely fine in your apartment, nothing is happening, and it's sometimes you feel some sort of a weird presence, but not all the time, it is very likely that there is a portal, that if someone was there before, maybe doing some rituals, maybe something paranormal, maybe spiritual practice, that is lessening this dimension with the dimension close by. So whether astral or another world, depending on the consciousness of the people. If they were doing good things will come. If not so good, then a lower maybe entities will come, pass by. I understand what I'm talking about is absolutely in the dreamland, so please do not believe anything what I'm saying. Check it for yourself. If you do have those experiences, you are more familiar with what I'm saying and it doesn't seem so weird to you. Probably you take it as a big relief. If it is so if you have a portal, the X usually closes is if you do this gesture. However, there was a nice film about trolls. Depending where you live, you can order a troll, you can buy in the store the troll, and also activate the troll to protect your the portal. Usually when you do this experiment, there will be this discomfort from the one direction where the portal is, so you will be able to locate it when you close your eyes. The ghosts are feeling differently. They are like a presence of someone that is moving, that is there, and some of you will get a certain messages from them. Someone asked me on the Polish side, oh, sorry, one more thing. If you do all of that, the clearing, the clearing, we did number of videos about clearing with different remedia. Please go back to the playlist. It's in supernatural, and I won't repeat because that probably is another hour of talking, but I assume that by now you know how to clear and maintain the clarity of your apartment, not only by cleaning it and refreshing it, but also through some other remedies and also feng shui accessories. You can also get one of my paintings, digital art, and you can print it, and following the directions and ideas and guidelines of the feng shui, you can also put on a certain spots, but you need to activate it. And my store, although is a sklep in Polish language, will lead you directly, and you can also purchase it in English language as well. It's on my website, joannapilatowicz.com. Sorry for that introduction, but to my store. But coming back now to last thing that you can do in order for your apartment to have a better quality of life there, and without paying anyone to do that clearing for you, you can do it a lot of things yourself. So you are blessing the household. And really, it does not really matter if you do it with the words, with the blessing, you create your own prayer there. Go creative here, and the certain words will come if you do focus, concentrate, putting yourself in an alpha state, also like a meditative state, and the words will be coming. You going to get this connection with the dev, some of the cultures say dev of the house, in a yogi culture, some of them differently, but it's basically the spirit of the house, something that you will connect with. So it's this sacred relationship between you and your space you are currently occupying. The more love you are emanating and giving to this place of power, the more you are implementing it in the walls. So basically, everything what is happening to you in the current household, however you feel, your walls is picking up that vibration and they store it, just as with the previous inhabitants. So make sure you maintain daily this inspired state of mind as much as you can. Sure, life is life, and not all the time you are able to maintain the highest, quality of feeling. But if you do go through grief, something negative happens, something bad happens, something sad happened, it's enough to, because then also the spirit of the apartment will support you if you acknowledge it, sort of accept it, but acknowledge is the word. I like it more here because it's like honoring what I'm feeling, maybe not so great. However, I am also sharing that, and I am open for a change or a positive, natural transformation of that energy into something positive. So this sort of allowing, acknowledging and allowing opens the doors also for the spirit of the apartment to embrace you, hug you, and you have instantly more positive feeling. Until you are able again to have this loving and accepting, admiring state of mind of your apartment, how great you feel there, and you offer that. So you compliment your own apartment, you compliment as much as you can spirit of the house. Another question that may also be interesting for you: what is going on when you dream about apartments? So in a collective sense, apartment means your soul. So you look how your apartment in the dream looks like. Is it orderly? Are there people inside? There are many connotations with apartment, but the most important are the ones that you do have, your personal connotation with the dream. However, collectively, in most of these tips I listed in my Oracle series that I am also, of course, inviting you, and it's on Amazon. But if you do dream, and often in my series, Jasmine, the character, was dreaming about apartments that had, for example, open doors. That time I was very much working on assertiveness, borders in my life. And if you do dream about open doors, it is too many doors, they're all open, nobody is getting into, nobody's trying to break into, but the doors are open, it's probably this message from your soul to please establish your boundaries intact, right? So that's just an example. That was basically my connotation with it, but it's a collective symbol of that as well. If you do dream about burglary, someone is attempting or knocking or wants to get into your soul apartment, that is usually a warning from your soul that the next day probably you are going to encounter situations like that. So someone wants to grab your attention too much, wants to cross your borders in some sort of sense, and so on, so on. That is usually this kind of a connotation. Sometimes in your apartment you meet other people, your family, so you have the message, this is the collective interpretation that you need to work a little bit on your family. Or maybe close ones, maybe these are dear friends of yours and they occupying your space, so they occupying portion of your soul. If you do not like your apartment, the bad news is we attract what we hate and judge. But the good news is we can do anything what's in our power to intently, attentively keep on blessing the apartment. Some of you told me that there's nothing I can do, I have to move out, this is a terrible place. I understand that could be the case. However, the more you are not accepting it and fight it and hate it, the more that situation keeps you in. That's just a natural law of this universe. So you can, just by blessing the place you are for a little positive things it gives you, like for example, you still have a place to live, so why not bless this apartment for that? That can allow you and help you, and of course the spirit of the house will hear it, so it may also change how you will feel. You may still leave, you may still find another apartment, and you probably find it faster, easier, but also you will be in a better vibration. If you do not change your vibration, you're not going to be a match to the new apartment, just like with everything else, new relationship and everything in your life. So I hope this was helpful, and please, with courage, do let me know about it, and also under the video in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Share with me your story. I hope this will help those of you who are dealing with those kind of situations, and I will also be thankful if you can pass this material, this film, little film video recording, however that's called, to those that can benefit from it. And have a great day as always. Bye bye.